Hi, this is Steve from Altrinsic Solutions. We'd like to thank you for watching this video, part of a multi-part video series on how you can get the DX Advantage. This video is going to cover DX's Reality Analytics engine and how it can be a tremendous asset to your Windows 7 migration. Your desktop environment may be running Windows XP, Windows Vista, or even Windows 2000 or a mixture of those. But one thing's probably the case, you're going to be doing a Windows 7 migration soon. You may be already in one. So we want to talk about some of the features of Deploy Expert and how it can be a tremendous advantage to you in your Windows 7 migration. First of all, imagine trying to do a Windows 7 migration or any operating systems migration without the knowledge of what models exist out there. It seems ridiculous. It's like trying to do patch management without knowing what softwares on all these systems that would affect what patches it should get. Well, the same thing applies to operating system deployment through imaging or other means. If you don't know what platforms you have out there, you have no idea what drivers you need and applications you need that match the different hardware platforms and let your corporate standard image work as you want it to. Now, one way to begin understanding what platforms you have is to look at your different models. DX has a Reality Analytics engine. It's quite powerful, and what it does is it pulls in all the hardware inventory off your systems that's in SCCM. It actually extends that hardware inventory to be more deep and meaningful, and you'll see that value really play out in the features that help you in your Windows 7 migration and your day-to-day operating system deployment. But what it does for you is show you not only what models are there, but more importantly, it shows you the real world, things you're going to run into as you're doing your day-to-day deployments. The fact that systems of the same model can be ordered with different hardware on board, or can arrive the same but quickly be complicated by third-party devices. It'll show you exactly what systems are grouped together and are exactly alike, both the same make and model, but more importantly, all the systems in a class, as we call it, have exactly and only the same devices on board. So once you address the driver pack needs of one of them, whether there's one or 6,000 systems in a class, you know exactly which systems you can deploy safely. And that's also further accentuated by our color coding. As different classes and models become fully addressed by driver packs, not just for the core model, not just the basic pack, but including all the different peripherals and things that you're going to run into, they're color-coded green, and this status rolls up to the model so you have an immediate understanding of what's going on and the status of your organization. This information is constantly kept updated by your inflow of inventory, so you always know what's going on and you can avoid deployment problems before they become a deployment problem. How's that for an advantage? DX lets you manage by platform instead of managing by guess and deployment failure, and that's going to translate into a lot of time saved and a lot of successful deployments with few speed bumps. Now let's take a look at the data from a production environment and see how DX's Reality Analytics engine can be the key to let you cleanly and efficiently manage your Windows 7 migration. Take a look at all these models here. You knew most of this, but what the numbers tell you is that, for instance, on our Dell Optiplex 745, we actually have 20 different variants in this organization of that. Of those variants, 9 of the classes have drivers already. That's why the model dot is not red. It's actually orange, and it'll transform to green as you get more fully covered throughout the classes underneath the model. The green dot means that all classes underneath that particular model are fully covered for drivers, so you know exactly which systems you can deploy, which ones are partway there, and which ones need some work before you have the drivers you need that is going to let your corporate image be successful. It does get even better though. The compatibility classes underneath a model group systems that have exactly and only the same hardware devices on board. Remember those Wi-Fi applications that need to be paired with drivers for biometric fingerprint devices and various devices that require both a driver and a specialized application to make them work? Well, the nature of classes neatly organizes your enterprise into system grouping breakdowns that have systems in them with the same hardware. That means that as a part of the DX management set, you can target applications against the class, not just the model. Now, we all know that all instances of a model may or may not have a specific device attached to them that requires an application, but with DX's Reality Analytics classification system, you can efficiently group and target systems so that they get the right driver and the right application. If you'd like to know more about DeployExpert, just go to www.deployexpert.com and select the contact form. We'd be happy to help you with any questions, trial software, proof of concept, or any information you may require.